Hey y'all.
Hey.
Welcome back to another edition of E times 3. It must gonna be a doozy tonight, y'all. Well, tonight we are having a movie review night suggested to us by the lovely EbbieReviews. So
I would
tonight,
like to apologize now.
I was just about to say tonight y'all have the pleasure of getting an exclusive Ebbie review.
Exactly.
This ain't exclusive. This was a mess. But okay.
I still
Well,
love you, girl. It's okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it because I don't even know if I like me after this. Jesus Christ.
I'm somewhat enlightened, but let's jump right on into the trailer.
In our gracious state of Georgia, our God-given land, the Lord has offered us domestic livestock. We have to go.
You must have hit your head real hard. Do you know you're in Georgia? Do you know it's 1973?
Well, I'm gonna need you to fill this out for me. I don't rap.
I can help you. This is knowledge. We spent decades trying to make a change for the people.
I know exactly who I am and where I came from.
Who are you then?
I'm free. How do I look?
Like you.
It's the woman you used to own.
Alice?
You watched us get tormented. It's my turn now. I'm going back.
That's a death certificate.
Doing the right thing. It's never wrong. I'm not scared, and that should scare you.
You're not gonna leave here in one piece. This tradition was born long before you.
It's all coming down. I am freedom.
Should I hit my Armand button? Wow, wow, wow.
It don't even deserve that. It doesn't. I'm so disappointed in this movie.
Why? What makes you disappointed in it?
It was garbage. I'm so mad that this was a black trauma movie and then they saved the revenge for the last 15 minutes of the movie and it wasn't even, you know what?
Yeah, I definitely
Like,
was.
it didn't even pay off.
Yeah. It
Like
was
I
very
never,
much reminiscent of that Nat Turner movie when we was like, really, this is
I didn't
this is
watch
the
the
revolt.
Nat movie because I felt like it was gonna be trash. So I never watched it. So I can't even co-sign on that. I just know this it was going like you spent the movie's an hour and 39 minutes long. An
Okay, because
hour and
I watched it on
27 minutes.
I watched it on Amazon, and I was like, I thought maybe if I saw it on Stars, I felt like I must have missed something because I was like, it was very choppy, and I was like, wait, what? Wait, what?
No, it that's I saw it on Stars as well. That's the movie.
Yeah, that's definitely the movie.
So yeah, it was. I think it's an interesting concept, but like I think the way they. Hey,
The
hey.
the E3 team.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Looney.
Okay, so many things. So a couple things. All right, first, like little things. So like, when her husband is trying to help her escape, and he's like, "I got a plan," and was your plan to snatch the gun from the guy's hand? Like that doesn't seem like a plan. Like it did not seem
And
like
if
a
you was,
plan. I was like, "Is that what we was doing?" Like,
and clearly it wasn't fully realized because if you was gonna snatch his gun and break his arm, you should have took the gun with you. Don't leave the gun with the man. He got another arm. You only broke one arm. Daughter, what you doing? And clearly
yes.
not even his good shooting arm because he immediately got up and shot you. So
I know. I was like, y'all could have went over this because it's just not seem thought out. What are you doing? And so that was an issue. And then to me too, I mean, all right. I mean, I guess how do you guys want to start? How do you guys want to break it down? But yeah, I felt it was very choppy. It was kind of hard for me to follow. And I think with any good movie, you have to sort of suspend reality and kind of be in the world of the movie. And I did not know what that world was 80% of the time. And then even at the end, I was like, huh? Like, there were so many, like, basic questions that always threw me off. Like, for example, when she comes up right before the truck and she's in there and they take her to the hospital and stuff, does no one notice that she's wearing slave garb with blood on it? Like, nobody notices that her outfit is
Right.
distinctly different from everybody else. Not to mention, that bitch got blood on her chest. Like, you don't ask her nothing about that. Nothing. Common is just like, ooh, where you been? Like, dude, was she at a costume party? Like, you don't realize her clothing is different from the 70s. So that was, some of those things were so disturbing to me. I was like, you guys can't see the blood? Like, part of me was like, maybe this is like, they can't see it. Like, what's going on?
Needs improvement said it looks corny just from the snippets.
Well, the snippet was like the good parts.
there were no good parts. I'm sorry, there were no good parts.
I gotta
So
say, this was the best Common ever acted in his life, though.
Oh, okay. Now wait. I will say this. One thing I did like, I would almost get the soundtrack. The music was on point because when he picked her up, he was playing a little house music, and then they had some good music. So he played some good music. So shout out to Common on the music selection. I don't know how much Starz had to pay for that, but all the
no, this was an actual movie that was in theaters.
well, whoever
Was
paid
it?
for it.
Mm-hmm.
Use of the
Oh,
movie
wow.
use of the music license was well deserved. The music was good. I did like the music.
It wasn't
Well, I
enough to
have a
save
problem
it.
with that because KeKe is a great actress. And this is her second movie that has just gone straight to YouTube or TV. Because what was the other one with the guy from Get Out?
Nope was in the theaters. It didn't go straight to. I saw Nope in the movie theaters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw it straight on YouTube.
I didn't see Nope because it looked like a Nope, so I didn't actually go see it.
Yeah, I did not finish it.
And I
Well,
don't know
that's
what makes you
unfortunate.
think. I haven't seen KeKe in anything else because this was horrible. So was she good in something else that you've seen her in?
And she's been good in
She's a
everything that
great
she's done.
actress.
So I don't know.
You say what?
What else has she done? I'm trying to think. I don't even know. I don't think.
Do we need to get her list of credits?
Or just tell me one good one that you like. That's all.
I just like her.
All right, hold on.
Thank you. I like her too, but I'm not familiar with her acting, honestly.
I don't remember the last thing I seen her acting in because, like I said, I didn't watch Nope all the way through. I watched a couple seconds and turned it off. But the last thing I seen her on was Legendary. I watched Legendary with her on it.
Okay.
Okay.
So she was in Aquila and the Bee.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think I know that's like.
She actually did a voice for the movie Lightyear
Okay.
that came out earlier. She was in Hustlers. She
yeah, I didn't
was
see Hustlers.
Was she?
yep. She was on Scream Queens. She was in Joyful Noise. She was in The Cleaner.
Okay.
She's been in a lot of stuff. It just keeps going.
Yeah, I really enjoy her acting, but she's not getting a good break.
No, she is. She is. This just wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't that she did a bad job. It was a. It was a bad movie. It's just a bad. It's just a. The concept wasn't.
Oh yeah, she was in a Medea movie.
The concept wasn't bad because it's based on a true story. This movie.
Exactly. Yes.
Well, actually, so I Googled that. So it's kind of based on like somewhat true events because that was my thing too. Because here's the thing she's like running and then she runs into the street, to the road. So I don't understand how many years they've been out there, couldn't nobody run that far. So that part was kind of confusing for me. And so I did look this up because I was like, is this sort of like a Juneteenth remix? Like, what are we doing?
No, this really happened, and I have a
The
clip of
article
it.
I read said that it was based on sort of like these. It was inspired by.
Yes, it was
like
inspired by true events.
But it was an actual story. So it was like there's some people that were held longer and up until I think 63 was the article that I read. So, but it wasn't quite exactly that person's life. It was kind of like this idea that people were held longer. So to me, because it wasn't coherently done, because I was like, okay, I don't know.
It makes sense if you've ever seen the movie The Village by M. Night Shyamalan, because this is basically the same thing.
Okay.
There's a horror movie called The Village.
Right. I haven't seen it. I am aware of it. So, like, how are they trapping the people there? Like, the people just...
They're not trapping. They weren't trapped there. They were born there. So they don't know anything different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But
basically,
So it's not like the people out of present day time and then put them somewhere and then tried to brainwash them. No, they were born there. They didn't know anything different.
Okay.
and in real life, after slavery was over, some of the masters convinced people to stay or made them think that they were in debt, which continued slavery. Then we have sharecropping. And I do have a clip of that actually of the real lady that the movie was inspired by. So I'm going to play it real quick.
Everybody that was around was living the same kind of life that we was living. So I never knew that slavery was over.
Miss Miller.
And in some counties and parishes, the sheriff, the constable, all of them worked together. So they had no outlet to talk to anyone about peonage.
You remember me telling you that my father tried to run away?
Yes.
And he ran through the woods, and when he ran up on the highway, he ran into some white people's in a buggy or a truck or something. And he had been beat. And he said, I got to get away. They said, boy, where are you going? He said, I don't know. I got a wife and children back there, but I've had all I can take.
So
I got to go somewhere.
He was going to leave the family because it was too much.
It was too much.
A man who loved his wife, a man who loved his children, who would die for his children, he was willing to leave his family.
He was willing to leave his family. He said that the white men told him, boy, I know somewhere we're going to take you. We're going to take you and enroll you in Uncle Sam's army. And my father said he was so relieved. They put him in that back of that wagon or whatever they had, laid him down. He said, and when he arose, he thought they had him where they had carried him, supposed to be after he run to help him get away. And he rode back on the plantation.
Did they be?
So this really happened. She was still a slave till 1980 something. I think 1980 something. But the link is in the description, and all you have to type into YouTube is modern day slavery. Like it's crazy. It's a lot of stories. They would take people that committed crimes and couldn't make bail, and it was these brothers. They went and paid the bail and took the people back to the cotton fields and made them stay. It was crazy. So it could have been a good movie.
Could it have been?
No, not with the story they're telling, because that is horrible. But it is based on a true story, which I feel like they could have used more details, but they just left the movie to just
It didn't make any sense.
Right.
Once she came into contact with Compton, that's when it jumped the rails for me. Like this nigga didn't ask no questions. He didn't like what? So you just gonna take this girl and drop her off at the hospital, and then the people will talk about they're gonna put her on a 72-hour hold, and then you go and get her and bring her back to your house. You still ain't asking no questions. You done gave her a bologna sandwich with some mustard on it. Like it's too.
And what was the brother's point of being there? Like,
The brother was the Uncle Tom of the whole situation. Cause how you got these migrant workers working for you and you treating them like the white man treated us?
Well, yeah, I thought the brother was supposed to symbolize, like, yeah, we still do have actually modern day slavery. It's just a
yeah.
you know, I thought she was gonna make that comment, like, oh, the slaves look different or something. But and another thing that threw me, I think the whole thing was it wasn't clear.
I'm not sure who
Right.
the director was.
Who is the director? Who directed this mess? Who wrote this bullshit? That's another thing. Because I was like, why is she doing? She's running and she's doing all this yelling. Aren't you supposed to be like hiding? Don't you think they're after you? And then the thing that threw me off is the wife left. So she living in the modern era, and the little boy, is he still wearing the same slave clothes when he visits his dad when he go home? Like we go to school with the regular kids? Like that was so retarded. Like
That's what I don't understand. So if the wife didn't leave because her husband was playing slavery on this farm where nobody, and he was living like it was 1906. That's not why she left. She left what? Because I don't know why she left. It never was made apparent why she left. It's not like the light bulb went off for her and was like, "This is wrong. I can't do this," and
right.
she
She was
left.
like, you need to get back to where we were. And that was something I was like, oh wait, she's still young? Like
She talk about they need this, the house need this, they discipline their domestics, and
Somebody named Kristen Verlinden wrote
she
it.
needs not to write anything else.
Yeah.
Don't direct or
whoever
don't
wrote
write
it,
anything
who
else.
directed it, whatever you did, you know, take a class, take a workshop, do something. Because yeah, it was just very disjointed. And honestly, and then when she got with Common, their whole relationship was weird. I was like, you just met him a day ago. Like, her attachment to him just didn't seem based on anything. Frank.
And then how did you have all those women clothes in your
Her
house?
attachment was this is the first person that after that was a trauma bond, honey. That's what that was.
Yeah.
That's what
Because
that was
remember
based on.
he
It was
had
the
got put
trauma
in the
bond.
Mooney house. He knew what that van was. That's why he went to go get her. Like, oh,
Right, no, I get the point, but there should. My whole thing is they didn't really lay groundwork for them to develop a real sort of
no, not at all.
authentic relationship. So it's just, I mean, I get that she was traumatized or whatever, but she was like, well, why can't you? It just was like, girl, you met him a day ago. He didn't even ask you about the blood on your shirt. So, you know, just if he goes, he goes. Like,
My mom gets so mad at me because I laugh at the most inappropriate stuff. But did y'all laugh when she was trying to get him to go back and he was like, "I'm nobody." I was like, that is the most emotion I've ever seen out of Common in my life.
and it was still kind of fake. It wasn't very authentic. I mean, he can go to my acting teacher. It was not grounded.
I just need
But
Common to stick to rapping and standing in the corner and being cute. That's it. We don't need nothing else. Don't even talk. Just rap. That's it. We don't need no dialogues, no none. We don't need none of that. Just do your little rappy rap and stand there and be fine. That's all we need you to do, sir. That's it.
yeah,
Because you're not good at this. This is not a skill that you have perfected, beloved. This is no. We don't need this from you. It was horrible. He was terrible. The dancing he did was horrible. Like it was offbeat. Nigga, what is you doing? I can't. Ugh.
Yes, needs improvement. She said, "Don't talk."
exactly. Common to do silent movies. Those are good. They're still good. I mean, they were in black and white, but they were good. And he could do that. But he does not need to actually speak. And he's from Chicago. I love Common. Like, I love him. But just that
I'm
acting
glad
was,
somebody liked him.
that acting was horrible.
So, what do we rate the movie?
I'm gonna give it a -2.
I'll give it half a star for good music because I do like the music.
Nope, I don't even have that. Nope.
I mean, it literally made no sense. I really was like, I had to kind of double check, like, did I miss something in the beginning? It just didn't lay a foundation, and it was very hard to care for the characters because it just wasn't very logical. I mean, I was glad she went back and was going to shoot the guy, but I just ran a little bit far, and I made it to the street, and couldn't nobody else make it to the street, kind of didn't sit with me well.
Like I didn't understand how they didn't get the math when she said there's 12 of us and there's 2 of them. If y'all don't jump them bastards and get
That has always been my question. I used to get kicked out of history class in school because I would ask all the questions like, this makes no sense to me. So ISS. Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. It just seemed like their original plan to escape, and then I don't know. I guess the husband wasn't shot as bad. I wanted to go back. I thought he looked dead to me.
I thought he was dead, like burnt
I was
up,
like,
dead body burnt up. I
thought
saw a
he
burnt
was
up body
dead.
on the ground. I don't know how the husband came back from dead.
I was like, oh, okay.
That don't make
Like,
no sense either.
that was just a shoulder room. I'm good. I'm good.
I was like, oh, she left and she learned magic as well.
I was like, all this in 1973.
Where did you get
I'm so
magic from?
confused.
She arose him from the dead.
Where'd you magic from?
She arose him because he was dead.
Well, I
So
thought
would it
he
be
was
disrespectful if I
Okay,
give
so now my rating is a -3 because it just keeps getting. The more we talk about it, the lower my rating goes. Like I can't. Like it's stupid.
So would it be disrespectful if I give it an E for effort?
No. Yes.
We can't
Yes,
put
it
no.
is.
We
You
can't put
can
no
give
E.
me
No
your
E.
E. You can give me your E,
They
girl.
ain't got
My
my
E
E.
is safe.
You can't give it my E, so it's still -2.
Oh my God! Sorry to that man. I love KeKe, man.
We love KeKe. This was just not a good movie. It wasn't a good. The script. I don't know if it was longer and they edited it for time until it made no sense or what happened. But KeKe, we missed a couple of chapters. Like I feel like it was too short for the story that they were trying to tell. If they had more time to be able to flesh it out more, especially once she got free and hurt. Because it was like the last 30 minutes she got free. She was reading all the books. She got a gun. She picked out her afro. She saw a movie, and then she went to go storm the castle in 3 days' time. That don't make no goddamn sense. That don't make no sense. She called all the Rachels in the phone book until she got the one she was looking for.
That was my question too, because I'm like, if she just was a slave all her life, how did she get the lady number?
Did you not hear Common tell her? He taught her how to use the phone, and then he said, you can find anyone in this book. And he gave her the phone
Really,
book.
but really though.
Okay, because if 2 plus
No
2 is
last
4.
name, just Rachel.
No, she knew her name. She said she knew her last name was
Yeah,
Bennett.
white people had
Oh,
last names, I guess, but she did
I
not.
missed that part too.
And
Did you not hear her calling him Mr. Bennett, Mr. Bennett that whole time? She knew that his wife's last name was Bennett.
No, listen, I just didn't get the phone call,
yeah,
but I
I
was doing
listened.
That
other
was
things
one
though.
of the least offensive things in the movie. It's her. She knew that girl's name was Rachel Bennett, and so she called every Rachel Bennett in the phone book until she found the one she was looking for. That's the only thing that
Somebody
halfway
still
made some sense.
need to
That was the
explain
only
to me.
logical thing. Let me go down the line. You not her, scratch your name out. Let me go to the next number. You not her, scratch your name out. That's the only thing that made logical. That was logical in this whole situation. She was looking for this girl named Rachel Bennett, so she called every Rachel Bennett in the phone book until she found her. That made sense to me. Cause how else should she go find her?
I missed that part.
Yeah, I'm still confused about the little boy and where he's going to school, and then he's visiting his dad in slavery on the weekends. Like that part is disturbing to me. So I was like, well, that's why don't nobody like you, because you dressed it from the 1860s. So that could be why you're getting teased, Daniel.
I don't think he's being dressed from the 1860s at school because he was dressed regular when he went with the mama to the restaurant. I don't think the mama is dressing him like that. I only think he put them clothes on when he going to go see his dad.
Right.
Why would it take more than 3? It's a phone. What you mean?
Because it don't make sense, man. I'm just
There were
sad
so many
because I love
things
KeKe.
that they really needed to clarify, like really needed to kind of flesh out a little bit more to make you really honestly give a fuck. So for me,
It gives beginner writer, like, because when you first start writing, you be so excited about the story that you give too much detail, and then you be like, oh damn, this story is way too long, and then you have to hurry up and end it. That's what it gave.
it also gave someone who they ended it, but they did not take the time to rewrite it, because then they would have seen that it just kind of jumped in certain places and just didn't make sense, really. And it's like, okay, and why is Common just, he doesn't question anything. He's like, okay, go back. Did she ever explain to you where she was? I didn't hear her say where she was. So,
What she
like,
said, she was a slave.
They was maps drawn on maps, so clearly they figured it out where she was.
Yeah.
well, no. But my thing is, I don't know. Like, she never fully explained, like, oh, yeah, me and my people were enslaved a few miles from here. Like, that doesn't even
She tried to, but he
She
didn't.
had to. We have to infer that because otherwise, why would she be trying to go back to get the rest of the people? She told him she left the rest of her people. She's like, I got to go back and get the rest of them. So
Right,
at some
like,
point, she
that's a
had to
death-
tell that man what was
that's a
happening.
death sentence. And so, but I was like, wait, what? Did she explain to you the situation? And you were like, oh, okay, there's people entrapped back there. Y'all not calling the police to just drive up there? Like, I don't understand. What did she explain to you, nigga?
When is calling the police ever a black person's first option? Like, I don't. Why would you call the police? Why would you call the white police about people being? That don't even make sense. Why would you call the police? When is that ever our first good
We
option?
see in real life that they was.
We have trauma. Calling the police is never the first best option for black folks, especially in this type of situation. What? Why would you call the police? They're not gonna listen to you.
My favorite part of the movie was when she slapped Rachel. Y'all don't have a favorite part of the
My favorite part was when the credits started rolling.
I knew you was gonna say
Yeah,
that.
I liked it when she first jumped on the white man. Like, he was like, oh, I hate to get rid of him. And then she looked and she jumped on his ass. I was like, okay, that's a little surprising.
When she choked him at the dinner table.
Yeah, and the little boy jumped back like, oh, Alice. So that part was, I was kind of surprised by that. But again, I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about the underground.
I was hoping she had put something in that food that was gonna kill him. That's what I was hoping for. Because me, knowing me and the person that I am, and I know I got to be careful with how I do things. I would have gave him that plate, and by the time he had gotten to bite 6 or 7, he'd have, are you okay? You look busy. Is you all right? And then he'd have slumped over. It'd have been too late. You dead.
But that goes back to my original issue. Like, I was surprised when she jumped him, but I was still kind of thinking, like, what's your plan, bitch? Like, where do you think this is?
She didn't have one. That was
I was like, what is this?
that was the rage from her grief. That she didn't have no plan. She just like, you killed my husband, and now I got to do something to you. And so she held it as long as he could. But when that fool made her sit down with him at the table. After you've been raping me this whole time, no, nigga, no.
I want to know how he came back alive.
I don't know. I don't think that was him. I don't think that was him. I don't think that was
at the beginning when they dragged the person back.
Yeah, I don't think that was him. I don't think that was the husband. I think that's somebody else. It couldn't have been, because it looked like the body had been burned.
That they killed him earlier is honestly what I think happened. I think they just forgot that he was dead in those scenes earlier.
How you forget somebody?
They had to forget.
They had to forget because he was clearly dead.
How do you forget somebody's dead though? How do you forget that?
I guess, maybe.
I'm about to call every person. I'm about to call every.
To be made.
I'm gonna call every. What's her name?
Here's our recommendation. Don't y'all watch this movie. Don't watch the movie. You're gonna be upset.
You already have Starz. Do not spend $2.99 for it because Amazon won't give you your money back.
They're like really giving. They are really giving this 5 stars.
People are liars. Don't look at that. Put your phone down. Okay, this has been lovely. I'm over. We done. That's it. This movie was garbage. Don't watch it. Thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's it. We're done. That's it. Over. There's nothing else to say. The movie is trash. Okay? It could have been good. It could have been a good commentary and a conversation starter. However, it is hot baloney garbage. Don't watch it. The end. Get your money together. The tickets went on sale for Black Panther today. Get your tickets. That's it. That's all I got to say. That's it. I'm done.
And that is coming to you live from EbbieReviews.
Yes.
Oh, well.
I second her emotion, so yes.
I sadly third it. But I have to third it. Sorry to those men.
We watched it, so you don't have to, people.
There it is.
Yes.
And I'm sorry we had to watch it, so you didn't.
Well, on that note, we'll see y'all next week.
All right, you guys.
Peace out.
Peace out for now.